I'm so excited for the wedding, aren't you, Clara? It's gonna be absolutely perfect, a day we've dreamed of for so long. I can already picture it, the beautiful setting, our closest friends and family, and you walking down the aisle towards me. It's truly going to be the most magical day of our lives, wouldn't you agree?
Yes, Mark, I suppose so. I mean, it's certainly a date on the calendar.
It's a small ceremony, but that's perfectly fine, right, Clara? Neither of us really wanted a huge, elaborate wedding. We've talked about this. Just something intimate, a reflection of our quiet love. You're so incredibly shy. You even insisted on keeping our relationship a secret from everyone at work, which I found endearing. It just added to your mysterious charm, your desire for privacy. It made our love feel even more special, a private world just for us.
Mark, what exactly are you talking about? And also, could you please stop calling me by my first name? It's standard protocol for colleagues to address each other by their last names. My last name is Miss Davies.
See? It's exactly because you're so shy and reserved, Clara, that nobody at work ever caught on to our blossoming romance. Your little blushes and averted gazes just made it seem like you were naturally timid, not deeply in love and trying to keep it under wraps. But seriously, when we're just texting, it's okay, isn't it? We're not in the office now. Why are you being so cold and distant with me all of a sudden? It's quite disheartening. My parents are already so excited for the big day. They keep asking about you. Oh, and speaking of preparations, maybe you should consider visiting a spa or getting some beauty treatments. I don't mean to be rude, Clara, but I noticed you put on a little weight recently. You'd be mortified to show up at our wedding looking, well, less than your absolute best, wouldn't you? It's our special day, and you'll want to look radiant for me, for us. And honestly, I don't want to see you looking anything less than perfect either. My expectations are high. After we're married, please try not to gain any more weight. Do try to maintain your appearance, my dear. It's important for both of us.
Please, I implore you, cease making such utterly inappropriate comments. They are incredibly rude, deeply disrespectful, and entirely uncalled for. I would be immensely grateful if you would refrain from contacting me in this manner in the future. These messages only serve to make me feel profoundly uncomfortable, and frankly, I perceive absolutely no benefit whatsoever from receiving them. There is nothing to be gained from this interaction, and I want it to stop.
Huh? What's with this sudden frostiness, Clara? What happened? One minute you're all smiles and subtle hints, the next you diss. Women are just, I swear, completely incomprehensible sometimes. You send mixed signals. You act one way, then another. But hey, it's a good thing, isn't it? The fact that you have such a pretty face is precisely why I even acknowledged you in the first place. It's why you caught my eye and stood out from everyone else in the office. Your beauty is what set you apart.
That's enough. Please, just stop. You are being completely inappropriate, and your words are making me extremely uncomfortable. If you have no legitimate business with me, and by legitimate, I mean work-related business, not this delusional personal fantasy, then I am ending this conversation right now. I would greatly appreciate it if you would refrain from any further personal contact with me, ever. Please, I beg you, respect my boundaries. Goodbye. Liam, are you home yet? I really need to talk to you. I mean, this is kind of serious too, so if you could please get back to me kind of quickly, I would really, really appreciate it.
Almost done, Clara. Just wrapping up a few things here. Sorry, I got a bit caught up with work today. What's wrong? You sound a little upset.
You know that person, Mark? He sent me another one of his incredibly strange and unsettling messages. It just put me in such a foul mood, Liam. I feel completely drained and disgusted. I was really hoping I could talk to you about it, just to get it off my chest and maybe get some advice on how to handle him. It's becoming unbearable.
Oh no, not the delusional prince again, is it? I thought he'd finally gotten the hint after our manager had a word with him. He's been surprisingly quiet lately.
That's exactly who it is, Liam. He is back with a vengeance. I honestly wonder if he still genuinely believes there's some kind of ongoing romantic relationship between us. It's terrifying the way he behaves. I'm being advised not to say anything too direct to him yet, in case it somehow provokes him further, so I haven't actually said anything to him directly. It's really a tricky situation, Liam, and I don't want to make things worse.
Maybe I should just say something to him directly, soon? It's becoming clear that a gentle hint isn't going to cut it with him. I thought the section chief had already explained things to him quite gently after the last incident.
Gently won't even register with the prince, will it? He's practically a walking, breathing embodiment of delusion. Everything is just so twisted in his mind. He truly lives in a world of his own making, completely detached from reality. But I really, really hope this doesn't escalate any further. I dread to think what he'll do next.
Actually, there's something else I haven't told you about, Clara, because I didn't want to worry you any more than you already are. It's something I heard that's a bit concerning from one of our colleagues.
Huh? What could possibly be more concerning than this, Liam? What did you hear? You're making me even more nervous now. Please, just tell me.
Hey, where are you right now, Clara? Are you still at home? I'm waiting. We're all waiting.
Excuse me? I am, in fact, at home enjoying my weekend. Why on earth are you asking? It's Saturday. You have absolutely no right to demand to know my schedule or my whereabouts.
What? Still at home? What in the world are you talking about? The wedding venue is over a 30-minute drive from your place, isn't it? You should have left ages ago. We have a strict schedule to keep. Do you have any idea how much effort has gone into planning this day?
Wedding venue? What wedding are you even referring to, Mark? Did I miss some kind of incredibly important event today? Because as far as my personal calendar is concerned, there is absolutely nothing scheduled for today.
What are you, seriously? What is wrong with you, Clara? How much more do you intend to make a fool of me? It's our wedding day, for crying out loud. Our wedding! The one we've been planning for months! Are you trying to deliberately sabotage this?
Huh? My wedding? You're talking about my wedding. What are you possibly saying, Mark? Are you feeling all right? This sounds completely illogical.
What am I saying? Everyone is already here waiting. All the guests have arrived. My family is all settled in. The caterers are ready. It's ridiculous that the bride is the only one who hasn't shown up yet. It's an absurd situation, an utter embarrassment. I don't know why, but none of our colleagues are here yet, which is confusing, but all of my relatives are. They're all asking where you are. Get here right now. I mean it, Clara. You have precisely 10 minutes to get to the venue. That's your grace period. If you understand, then get your lazy self here immediately. Don't make me come and drag you here myself.
You need to absolutely, under no circumstances, call me you like that again. It's completely disrespectful, degrading, and utterly meaningless. You are speaking to a colleague, and you will address me with respect.
What's wrong with me calling you you? You're gonna be my wife, Clara. You're gonna be mine, and my wife has no right to complain about how I address her. It's a term of endearment. And besides, you overslept and you're not even offering an apology? What is wrong with you? Just because you have a pretty face, don't you dare get carried away and think you can treat me like this. If I decide to discard you, Clara, no one else will ever give you the time of day, you hear me? You'll be alone and regretful, and seriously, for a wedding that's already taken place, the bride being late is just unforgivable. It's completely disrespectful to me, to my family, and to everyone who's come here. If you don't get here right now, I'm prepared to call off the entire engagement. Do you understand?
The wedding, as in my wedding, was last week, Mark. It was a beautiful ceremony, and I was there on time.
Huh? What are you talking about right now?
Me? Your wife? Mark Davies, that's absolutely impossible, isn't it? We are simply colleagues, nothing more, nothing less. Your delusional fantasies are getting out of hand.
Clara, what are you saying? Are you dreaming? Are you still half asleep and hallucinating?
Aren't you the one who's dreaming, Mark? So utterly lost in your own fantasies that you're called the delusional prince. That's what people call you, isn't it? That's the nickname everyone at work uses behind your back, because your grasp on reality is so tenuous.
Delusional prince? What in the world are you even talking about? That's not a very nice nickname, Clara.
Prince is far too complimentary a title for you. Perhaps delusional old man would be more accurate. The truth is I married Mr. Evans last week, you know. We even formally announced our wedding within the department. Everyone was informed. Furthermore, I have never, not once, dated you, Mr. Takagi, nor do I recall ever receiving a marriage proposal from you. So I must ask, with genuine bewilderment, how on earth did you arrive at the conclusion that you and I are getting married? It defies all logic and reality.
Huh? Evans? Why is Evans' name even being brought up now? What does he have to do with anything? Why are you mentioning him at our wedding?
Why? Because Liam Evans is my husband. Our wedding was last week, as I just told you, and it was a wonderful ceremony. So what wedding are you referring to today, Mark? I genuinely had no idea you were getting married, but if that's truly the case, then congratulations. I sincerely wish you all the happiness in the world. Enjoy your day.
What are you talking about, Clara? What is all this nonsense? Aren't you and I getting married? My relatives are all here waiting. They all came for you. What are you trying to pull? This is an elaborate hoax, isn't it?
Are you being serious right now, Mark? Or is this some kind of incredibly disturbing joke? Because if you are serious, then you have a profound misunderstanding of reality. You and I are just colleagues from work. That's all. We have absolutely no other connection whatsoever. So how did this idea of us getting married even materialize in your mind? I don't know what bizarre fantasy you're living in, but the mere suggestion that such a thing is happening is deeply unsettling and frankly offensive to me. Please, for your own sake, try to grasp reality and cease this absurd behavior.
Hey, you're the one who needs to stop being so delusional, Clara. I've already paid the wedding venue fees in full. Thousands of dollars gone. And today is the day of the wedding, and the bride, you, Clara, are the only one not here. It's an absolutely outrageous situation.
You reserved a wedding venue and genuinely believed it was for your wedding with me, Clara Davies, and you did it entirely of your own initiative without any discussion or agreement with me whatsoever? Is that what you're telling me, Mark? Because that sounds like an incredibly foolish and unilateral decision.
Genuinely believed? What do you mean by that, Clara? It's the truth, isn't it? Why you aren't here, I have no idea. And why Liam's name keeps coming up, I can't fathom. But the atmosphere at the venue is getting incredibly awkward, and people are starting to stare and whisper. My family is looking at me with concern. Hurry up and get here. If you come now, I won't be angry. Hey, Mark, that's enough. You need to stop this right now, you hear me? It's me, Liam, and I have had enough of you talking to my wife like this. What's with that tone? Aren't you being incredibly rude to a senior colleague, Liam? You have no right to speak to me like that. I demand respect. Clara was looking visibly upset, staring at her phone on her day off, so I asked her what was wrong. And when I saw these utterly disgusting and harassing text messages you've been sending, I couldn't believe my eyes. Aren't you utterly ashamed of yourself for sending such hateful, manipulative, and delusional messages? Clara and I are already publicly married within the company. We've made it clear to everyone multiple times. If you, Mark, somehow managed to miss that crucial piece of information, then it's solely your fault. It's because you're constantly late for morning meetings, constantly missing important announcements, and you're always glued to your phone playing games instead of listening. You are willfully ignorant. Everything that's happening right now is a direct consequence of your own negligence, your lack of professionalism, and your profound self-absorption. You have no one to blame but yourself. Mark, let me be unequivocally clear. There was never, ever any factual basis for you and Clara to be dating. That is a complete fabrication of your own deluded mind. And I, as well as all of our colleagues and senior staff, are well aware of your consistent tendency to misinterpret situations. However, for you to continue sending these harassing text messages, completely disregarding Clara's clearly stated feelings and boundaries, demonstrates a level of persistence, obsession, and disregard for others that is simply unacceptable. There is a limit to our patience, Mark, and you have well and truly reached it. Don't you think it's high time you finally stopped this utterly pathetic charade? What utterly meaningless nonsense are you spouting now, Liam? You're talking gibberish. You're just trying to confuse me. You're the one spouting meaningless nonsense, Mark. Get a grip. Calm down. You're completely out of control. What are you gonna do about the wedding now, you ask? You've already prepared everything, haven't you? That's completely irrelevant to Clara and me, isn't it? You orchestrated this entire charade on your own, didn't you? Without any input or consent from Clara. It's perfectly understandable that none of our colleagues showed up. Who in their right mind would attend a wedding with such an incomprehensible and bizarre invitation? One that only listed the groom's name and was sent out without any prior announcement from the actual couple. It was an obvious setup. Incomprehensible? What on earth are you talking about, Liam? I was respecting Clara's wish to keep our relationship a secret from the company. That's why I only put the groom's name on the wedding invitation. Writing only the groom's name on a wedding invitation is highly unusual and frankly quite suspicious, isn't it, Mark? And everyone at work had already observed your persistent and frankly creepy text messages to Clara for a long time. Your behavior was not subtle, so it was quite clear to everyone that this was likely just a childish prank meant to compete with my and Clara's actual wedding. That's why none of our colleagues bothered to show up. In reality, there was no actual wedding to begin with, other than the one you concocted in your own mind, so it's a good thing they didn't come, isn't it? If they had actually shown up, you would have been even more utterly humiliated. That's a lie, isn't it? You're making all of this up to hurt me. Listen, Mark. Clara and I are going to keep this incident to ourselves for now. We won't reveal to the entire workplace that you genuinely misunderstood the situation and attempted to force this ludicrous imaginary wedding. It would be incredibly embarrassing for you if that information got out, wouldn't it? So for the last time, do not send another strange, harassing text message to Clara. Do you understand? This is your last chance! Then what about the wedding, Liam? Huh? My relatives are already here! What am I supposed to do about the wedding? Clara, can't you come? Please, she has to come! It seems completely pointless to say anything more to you, Mark. You are simply not grasping reality. This is our final warning. Do not, under any circumstances, send another unpleasant message to Clara. Any further harassment from you will be considered a declaration of war, and we will respond with appropriate legal action. We've had enough of your delusion. Clara, what are you gonna do about this? You need to fix this! This is all your fault!
What do you mean, what are you going to do? I explicitly told you not to contact me again, didn't I, Mark? Are you deliberately ignoring my boundaries? Now, is Liam not around right now or something? You are completely incomprehensible.
What are you talking about? Because you didn't show up at the wedding yesterday, Clara. My life was turned upside down. I was utterly humiliated. The entire wedding had to be canceled. What exactly are you going to do to compensate me for this disaster? You owe me everything.
That was entirely your doing, Mark, wasn't it? You orchestrated this whole charade. When you ask me, what are you going to do about it, all I can honestly say is that there is absolutely nothing I can do. This situation is a direct consequence of your actions, your delusions, and your refusal to accept reality, not mine. I bear no responsibility for your choices.
What is that? You're being so irresponsible, Clara. You led me on!
Irresponsible? Excuse me? To mislead someone into believing they're getting married and then not show up for the wedding is practically a new form of fraud, isn't it?
I was the victim here. Your marriage to Liam is a total fabrication, isn't it? You're just trying to corner me and make my life miserable.
I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about, Mark. Your words make no sense to me whatsoever.
I'll sue you for fraud. I'll also demand compensation for all of the wedding expenses. I'm gonna make you profoundly regret the disrespectful way you've treated me, Clara. So, you'd better be prepared for the full force of the law to come down on you.
Understood, Mark. And you should also be prepared for the consequences.
The manager called me in, Clara. He told me to apologize to you. Can you believe that? I told him I wasn't in the wrong, that I was the victim, but he wouldn't listen. The atmosphere at work is so strange now. What in the world is going on? I'm the victim here, Clara!
How on earth can you possibly arrive at the conclusion that you are the victim in this situation, Mark? What you were engaged in was relentless, delusional stalking, pure and simple. You were causing such a significant nuisance and a legal liability that Mr. Evans felt compelled to inform the manager. Furthermore, the matter of those unauthorized, fabricated wedding invitations you sent out has now spread throughout the entire company, making you a subject of ridicule. Don't you think you're actually incredibly fortunate that you haven't become a complete laughingstock?
So you're seriously telling me that I have to genuinely apologize to you, Clara? After all this? I got yelled at by the manager because of you! My career is on the line!
It's not my fault, Mark, and you are still not willing to offer a sincere apology, are you? It seems you still believe you've done nothing wrong. Well, in that case, I will have nothing further to do with this matter. My involvement ends here.
So what about the wedding expenses, Clara? Huh? I paid for everything! I paid the entire amount myself! Thousands of dollars gone! There's no refund, and who's gonna compensate me for that loss? The venue insisted they explained all the cancellation policies, so I ended up bearing the full cost. You didn't even show up to the wedding, and you unilaterally decided to cancel on the day, so it's natural you would be responsible for the cost.
Please, that's enough. Mark, your accusations are baseless. If you're not willing to offer a genuine apology, then this conversation is over. If you wish to pursue legal action, then by all means feel free to do so. However, I highly doubt you'll find a lawyer willing to take on such a frivolous case, and even if you do, you have absolutely no chance of winning. If you have no desire to squander any more of your money pointlessly, I strongly advise you to calm down and abandon this irrational pursuit. It's for your own good.
All my savings are gone because of the wedding preparations, and it's the absolute worst. My life is ruined. Why am I the one who was clearly deceived, enduring this terrible fate? My relatives are absolutely furious with me. My reputation is in tatters. They've even declared me a disgrace to the family and completely disowned me. I have nowhere to go. Do you have any idea how I feel, Clara?
I don't understand at all, Mark, and I have absolutely no intention of trying to understand your distorted perspective. Frankly, I find your self-pity to be rather sickening. In fact, I wholeheartedly agree with your family's sentiments. What a truly pitiful family to have to deal with you. The only thing you can do now, Mark, is to calm down. I strongly recommend that you start working on becoming more rational, more grounded in reality as soon as possible. It's your only path forward. Now, if you'll excuse me, please return to your work. Liam, thank you for speaking to the manager for me today. I really appreciate you stepping in. I truly hope the prince will finally calm down and be rational now, and that this ordeal is finally over.
Yeah, well, Clara, that's probably an impossible wish, unfortunately. It seems he's simply incapable of true introspection.
Huh? What do you mean, Liam? What happened? Did he do something else?
It seems he's managed to make an even bigger mess of things, Clara. He's truly outdone himself this time. I'm gonna have to deal with it, and it might get pretty serious. Much more serious than I initially anticipated.
What do you mean serious? You're okay, aren't you, Liam? And I'm okay, right? Nothing more can happen to us, can it?
Both you and I are perfectly fine, Clara, and we'll remain safe. But he certainly isn't. He's really dug himself into a hole. I think it's about time we made him disappear from our lives for good. Permanently.
Please, tell me everything that happened. I need to understand what you mean, Liam. Don't leave me in the dark.
I've been placed on home confinement, and I even received a formal notice of termination from my job. Can you believe this, Clara? My career is over. I'm ruined. I was simply deceived, and I just tweeted about it. That's all I did.
Are you still asserting that you're not at fault even now, Mark? Do you still genuinely believe you're the victim here? Do you have any idea how much trouble you've caused for the company's reputation and daily operations? This is reaching the level of a formal lawsuit for significant damages, Mark. And regarding your termination notice, wasn't it actually just a recommendation for voluntary resignation? I would say that's remarkably lenient considering your actions.
Clara, are you gonna blame me even further? I didn't even do anything wrong. I don't know how else I can show you that I am completely innocent here. I just can't understand why you insist on trying to spin all of this blame on me when you were the one who didn't tell me that you were married in the first place. Surely you should be able to understand how that makes it so you and I both share the blame equally here, right?
Is that supposed to be some kind of sick joke or something? Let me make something perfectly clear to you, Mark. You are entitled to exactly none of the details of my personal life, and I am not required to share a single shred of information with you at all. You really need to learn what it means when a woman says no. I was not playing hard to get or trying to be cute or anything like that. I was telling you to back off because you were being a total creep. And stop calling me by my first name. You are crossing a line. You've gone too far. Regarding the relentless, obsessive harassment you've inflicted upon me, I will be pursuing a lawsuit for significant damages through my lawyer. You will be held accountable.
Are you serious, Clara? You can't do that? Come on. I don't understand how you could just turn around and treat me like this. It's not like I really even did anything if you really think about it. There's nobody who was hurt by my actions or anything like that at all, right? I don't understand how you can turn around and treat me this way.
I never thought I'd be asked that question by you, of all people, Mark. But yes, I am perfectly sane. When you told me I'd gained weight, I honestly thought to myself, is this man truly sane? Does he even have a mirror?
What? You're saying it pretty clearly now, aren't you? You're being cruel.
I mean that before you mock someone else's physical appearance, you should take a good, long look at your own, Mark. You need to correct your own self-perception before you utter another word about anyone else. You won't need to speak with me again anyway. You'll likely be forced to leave the company, and we will ensure that. And my husband and I will be seeking significant damages, which means you'll have to pay us. You better start looking for a new job quickly.
I'm sorry! I apologize for everything I've done, but I can't pay for damages. I used all my savings on the wedding expenses, so I have nothing left. I'm completely broke. Please don't say that. Don't ruin me completely. I have no money. I truly apologize.
Far too late. If only, just for a moment, before you posted that defamatory tweet, you had paused, reflected, and offered a sincere apology, perhaps the outcome would have been different. But what's done is done. There is no turning back now. You made your choices and you must face the consequences. If you contact me again, just one more time, I will be reporting this to the police. This is a final, non-negotiable warning. Goodbye. Forever.
It looks like Mark finally found a new job, Clara. He said he'll pay the compensation once he gets his first paycheck. He seemed quite remorseful, but who knows if he'll actually follow through.
You don't think we were too easy on him, do you, Liam? Maybe we should have taken everything we could get from him in one go, just to make sure he really learned his lesson.
I considered that, Clara, believe me. But if we burdened him with too much debt, it might just become another headache for us down the line. I figured it's better if he just pays us when he's able to. The goal wasn't really about the money anyway, was it? It was about getting him to calm down and realize the gravity of his actions, and to make him disappear from our lives.
You're right, Liam. That's true. The most important thing by far is that we never have to deal with him again. It seems like he's finally reflected on his behavior, at least somewhat. He moved away and apologized to his parents, and they're apparently helping him out, so he didn't get completely disowned.
That's a good outcome for him then, isn't it? He probably wouldn't have come to his senses otherwise. The Prince of Delusion. He needed a significant shock.
You're right about that, Liam. He truly needed to hit rock bottom. But all of this has been incredibly exhausting for you too, hasn't it, Liam? Spiritually, emotionally? Please take care of yourself now.
Yes, I will, my love. For the baby's sake, too. I'll try to rest a bit more.
When he told me I'd put on weight, it stung a little, even though it was creepy. I guess he was paying attention in his own twisted way. It was a strange realization.
He won't ever be a part of our lives again, Clara, and I'll make absolutely sure of that. He is permanently out of the picture. I'll protect you from anyone who tries to harm you. From now on, I truly hope our lives are free from stress, filled with peace, and overflowing with joy.
I truly hope so too, Liam. You're always there for me, always supporting me, and I truly appreciate it more than words can say. Thank you, always. I really rely on you, more than you know. From now on, too, you are my rock, my partner, my everything. Mark's silence was a relief, a palpable absence that brought immediate calm. Liam was right. He eventually found a new job and started paying the compensation, a small but consistent reminder of the ordeal. My own parents, when they finally grasped the full extent of his delusion, were horrified, but relieved that Liam and I were safe. The whole company breathed a collective sigh, and while Mark became a cautionary tale whispered in hallways, his physical absence made the office feel normal again. We rarely heard from him directly after his legal agreement, and those few updates came through Liam, who handled everything with a quiet strength I deeply admired. It was a traumatic experience, a stark reminder of the fragile line between reality and obsession, but it ultimately strengthened our bond. Liam and I focused on our future, moving forward with a profound appreciation for our peace and the quiet joy of our growing family, forever grateful that the delusional prince was, at last, just a fading nightmare. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.